whatever she decides next. Has the ability to impact an entire country in ways no one could ever imagine.
Buying Team Namibia is a choice you make for us, not just for you. Join the 2.5 million strong team that grows stronger with every single Team Namibia purchase. Team Namibia. Together, our future is brighter.
A very good evening and thank you for joining me on Primetime News. I'm your anchor, Salima Shimwefeleni Masipa. Tonight's top story brings us to a critical issue addressed by President Dr. Hage Geingob on Thursday. President Geingob underlined the significance of press freedom, emphasizing that it is one of the cherished liberties for which the people of Namibia tirelessly fought. As a distinguished guest of honor at the Editors Forum of Namibia Journalism Awards 2023, President Geingob assured the nation that the freedom of journalism in Namibia is secure as long as he holds office. Let's listen in to his powerful words.
We must be proud as Namibians that we are referred to having the freest press in Africa. It's an envy of many people for many years to be referred to as having the freest press in Africa. Press people welcoming a leader of a country to say we all believe in the same thing, free press. Press must be free, we fought for it. Speech must be free speech, we fought for it also. Free movement, we fought for it. So when you are praising me, it's what I have been fighting for. When I was even a young boy, when I was about 25 years when I went to UN. But as for freedom of movement for you, freedom of speech, freedom of press, that is guaranteed. And I think it will be guaranteed after I go to.
In collaboration with Development Workshop Namibia, mobile telecommunications company MTC is extending its corporate social investment to benefit 707 low-income plots in Okakarara. This initiative has expanded to include two significant developments in Okakarara Extension 7, featuring 294 plots, each equipped with water, sewer and electricity at a cost of 59,636 Namibian dollars per plot, as well as Hamakari Extension 2, offering 413 plots at a cost of 14,602 Namibian dollars each, complete with water infrastructure. For a more in-depth perspective of this impactful project, let's delve into our report.
Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony on Wednesday, Minister of Urban and Rural Development Erastus Uthoni lauded the Okakarara Town Council for collaborating with Development Workshop Namibia to address the housing problem, while noting the national demand for housing continues to rise. MTC Chief Human Capital Corporate Affairs and Marketing Officer Tim Ekanjo complimented Development Workshop for its work in ensuring affordable housing for Namibians. Additionally, Ekanjo urged banking institutions to also assist low-income earners in realizing their home goals. The objective of the program, according to Development Workshop Acting Country Manager Esther Veiko, is to assist local authorities in planning and servicing land at a cost affordable to low-income earners. The program caters for urban residents who cannot afford houses at a cost of 300,000 Namibian dollars and above. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
Now let's move on to our next story. On Wednesday, Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Dr. Pierre Moshelenga, launched the regional activation of the National Symbols campaign in the Hardap region. During the launch, Minister Moshelenga emphasized the importance of respecting and honoring the protocols associated with Namibia's national symbols, with a special focus on the national flag and the national anthem. According to Moshelenga, the national flag beautifully encapsulates Namibia's rich history, from its seascapes to lush green landscapes, and serves as a symbol of peace and the heroic struggle of the Namibian people. Indeed, understanding and embracing these symbols instills pride in our history and nurtures patriotism among future generations. Turning our attention to the most recent developments in war-torn Gaza, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres made a significant visit to the Egyptian side of the Rafah border, crossing with Gaza earlier today, where he closely supervised the preparations for delivering essential aid to the conflict-affected enclave. Now let's delve into the comprehensive report with Primetime News producer Petrus Namadiko.
Cargo planes and trucks have been bringing humanitarian aid to Rafah for days, but so far none has been delivered to the Gaza Strip, which Israel has besieged and bombed for 13 days. Israel launched the bombing campaign after Hamas gunmen stormed into Israel from Gaza on October the 7th and killed at least 1,400 people, mostly civilians, according to Israeli officials. Around 1,500 members of Hamas, an Iran-backed Islamist militant group, were killed in clashes before the army regained control of the area under attack, Israel says. More than 3,700 Palestinians have been killed in the Israeli strikes on Gaza, also mainly civilians, according to the Hamas-run health ministry, in the overcrowded Palestinian territory. Rafah is the only crossing into the blockaded Palestinian territory that is not controlled by Israel, which agreed to allow aid to enter after a request from its ally, the United States.
We are in deep and advanced negotiations with all relevant sides to make sure that an aid operation into Gaza starts as quickly as possible and with the right conditions. We are encouraged by reports that the different sides are nearing an agreement on the modalities and that a first delivery is due to start in the next day or so.
Reporting for Primetime News, I'm Michael Madimba.
Stay tuned for your business segment, where we will bring you the latest updates from the world of commerce. Welcome to Primetime Biz, your premier source for the latest developments in the world of business and economics. The spokesperson for the Meat Board of Namibia, Desmond Klute, is strongly encouraging livestock farmers to update their stock brands and herd details by the end of October 2023. In an interview with the Namibia Press Agency on Thursday, Klute emphasized that it is a legal requirement for every livestock producer in Namibia to register with the Meat Board of Namibia to obtain a producer number.
Klute added that the producer number is a part of the traceability to get hold of the cattle intake and to trace where cattle are coming from and where they are going. He also said the farmers can import and export livestock using the producer number. the consequences of not re-registering your producer number, according to Klute, means it will become inactive and meat producers might not partake in the formal market. He added that if farmers do not update their producer number now, the system will suspend or deactivate it. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
Shifting our focus to the tourism sector. On Thursday, the Hospitality Association of Namibia unveiled the remarkable performance of the tourism sector in the third quarter of 2023. Their report revealed an outstanding 65% occupancy rate across accommodation establishments in the country as the third quarter came to a close. Here's more in-depth insights into this report.
Hospitality Association of Namibia Chief Executive Gita Peitzold expressed a sense of accomplishment and encouragement over statistics for the accommodation occupancy report for September released Thursday. She said this figure is notably higher than the equivalent period in 2019, surpassing it by 0.25%. Comparative data points an upswing fueled by increased arrivals from Central Europe, with German-speaking countries France and Italy registering growth rates of over 3% compared to 2019 levels. Despite the overall positive trend, Peitzold said September 2023 saw a marginal dip of just over 2% compared to September 2019, marking a slight deviation from the growth witnessed in July and August of this year. Peitzold also said leisure travel continues to dominate the occupancy numbers at Namibian accommodation establishments. Some hotels, however, are showing a gradual uptick in demand for business and conference packages, signaling a potential shift in the market. Looking ahead to 2024, early projections suggest further recovery in the group travel market, with promising forward bookings in this segment of the industry, she observed. Reporting for Nampa TV, Chakonia Nehemia.
To get a comprehensive countrywide weather outlook for tomorrow, let's shift our focus to the weather report. Welcome to Sport Planet, where strength and dedication take center stage. Our segment kicks off with the latest developments in the Rugby World Cup. Earlier today, South Africa's assistant coach, Mzwandile Stick, shared that scrum half Kobus Reinach remains in high spirits leading up to this weekend's Rugby World Cup semi-final, despite a distressing incident on social media. Following their quarter-final win over France, Reinach, who plays for the French Cup Montpellier, received a disturbing message on Instagram from a fan of the tournament's host country. Despite this unsettling episode, Reinach, at 33 years old, is set to start once again alongside fly half Manny Lebok in Saturday's last four clash in Paris. Meanwhile, in another development, England has made 3 key changes for the upcoming match at the Stade de France following their victory over Fiji in the last 8. Freddie Stewart takes over from Marcus Smith at fullback, Joey Marler replaces Ellis Genge at loose head prop, and 22-year-old lock George Martin steps in for Ollie Chessam. The English Premier League resumes this weekend as Manchester City are aiming to avoid a third straight Premier League defeat for the first time in 7 years when they host Brighton on Saturday, while Arsenal will provide a stiff test for resurgent Chelsea. 4 sides are in the running to top the table at some stage this weekend, starting with Liverpool when they take on Everton in their Meyerside derby. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. With that, we've reached the conclusion of this week's broadcast of Primetime News. Thank you for tuning in. Join us again next week on Monday for the latest updates. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the significant local, continental, and global events that are making headlines. As we sign off, this is Salima Shumwefeleni Masipa, alongside our dedicated creative team working behind the scenes, wishing you a blessed weekend and a good night.